on this podcast, just like every time I get bored and don't know how to start it, I make Judd do the intro. Go.
So, guys, remember, no women listening on this podcast.
Oh, for God's
we don't.
sake. No, it's a joke. It's jokes. It's all. Oh my God.
I'm not joking.
We've just started and we've already offended like around half of the planet. Somehow.
Half of the population of Earth.
Yeah, it's one of those podcasts, Judd. You know, like we do all right at organising ourselves, kind of for us. You know, when it comes to this thing, but it's one of those where like I've not been asked enough to present myself, so I've just slapped a hat on midway through starting the podcast. You know, one of those types of deals. Mm-hmm. But speaking of hats, by the way. Yes. I know a great place that the listeners of this podcast can get hats. In the link of wherever you're listening to this, that could be the Streams Badly YouTube channel. It could be live on twitch.tv/streamsbadly, or it could be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or all good podcast platforms. There's a link somewhere in those to look at some to a Redbubble page with a bunch of designs on. And now they do hats. Okay. Now they do hats, and we've not discussed this, but I'm assuming it's fine. There's also a bunch of podcast related designs on there now. So there's the old podcast logo, the old Streams Badly logo, and the new two of those, because I've made some new ones, and also all the money goes to me still because Judd didn't do any work on it. Yes. So, I sent you the new podcast logo. If you don't know what we're talking about, it should be the one that you see when you click on this podcast currently. We might update it in the future, but as of September 2021, it is the podcast logo. And I sent you a picture of it, Judd. What do you think? I'd rate it myself.
It's good. I like it.
It's kind of gross, just like all my drawings. I definitely think people should... I know this sounds like it's just a promo for the Redbubble page, but I think I do like seeing what people think of my stupid digital drawings that I do for that. I think they're pretty good. They're all pretty weird. Let us know what you think at Tweets Badly. But yeah, that's that. That's all I really had. What you been up to?
Nothing of interest. That's an end of a podcast.
Oh my God. We've not even cracked 3 minutes.
No.
And we've...
I'm already out of ideas. I'll tell, unless you've got something you want to talk about, like something you've done.
No, go for it.
I can tell you a little something that crossed my mind. You know what? I think in general we should just talk about like specific things we hate. Because
that's literally on my list, right? We keep lists of what to talk about on the podcast, and one of the things I've got is the top things that people enjoy that we don't. Like, what's things that you like that like you hate, but like everyone loves it?
Okay, well, I was just meaning hate in general, like hate as a general concept.
Well, we'll start with full hate, and then we'll go more specific with our hate.
Well,
oh God,
here's this one specific thing that I just absolutely fucking hate. Like, it's such a specific thing as well. I don't know if like I'm the only person in the world that feels this way, but as you know, Capital Radio Station, don't you?
Mm.
Like, I mean, you'll know Capital Radio Station.
I think it's the biggest one in the UK. I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is as well. But essentially, it's a big radio station in the UK, and it has this segment on it where essentially it's like I think it's an early morning thing or whatever.
Sorry to burst your bubble, Judd, but apparently Heart Radio is the most popular, and then the second most is Heart FM, which isn't that the same thing? I don't know.
Whatever.
But and then it's Capital FM. And I thought Radio 1 might be the only one to beat it, but that's number 6. Radio 2's more popular than Radio 1. And Smooth Radio's above both of those. What a Smooth Radio is. I know I'm going on a tangent here, but this is the one I was looking for. Magic FM. Do you remember Magic FM? Magic Well, it used to be Magic AM when I listened to it.
I actually did used to listen to Heart all the time with my mum because it used to have like 2%ers on that were funny. Like, you know, instead of just being fucking robots.
Yeah, I remember Magic because it was all the like dull old music, like from 70s and 80s, but the dull ones, which is hence why my stepdad enjoyed listening to it for many years until we finally snapped and went, put something else on, for God's sake! And they play the same 5 songs over and over again.
You know, I'm surprised he wasn't listening to, like, people music, you know, that fucking Jerry listens to in Rick and Morty, where it's just occasional, like, beeps and blops.
Let's get some people music on this podcast. I'm gonna beep, people music. Beep, people music. Beep. Human music, here we go. This is what we need. Well, currently the soundtrack is just my dog barking in the background, which has been happening constantly. Apparently, human music doesn't want to
relax.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a lo-fi remix. I found the human music from Rick and Morty.
Just leave it.
It was a lo-fi remix.
Just leave it. Just leave it. It's not even a funny bit. Just leave it.
All my HDs are everywhere. All of my 80 HDs are.
Just leave it. Let me finish my fucking story, for God's sake. So they do a segment on Capital Radio called "Capital Gimme the Cash," and it's you already know what I'm going to say, don't you? You already know what I'm going to say. So essentially, all it is they'll ask you like they'll ask you a question, and you've got to message in with the correct answer. And if you've given the correct answer, I don't even know why they do the correct answer thing in the first place. Surely it should just be pay a £1 and maybe we'll call you up. That should be the game. I don't get the whole answer the question thing right, but whatever. Yeah. So they're like, answer this question. If you get it right, you win a chance to be called up by us. You win a chance to be called by Capital. And when they ring you, you are supposed to pick up. This is the only rule. This is a really simple game, and this is the only one rule. When you pick up the phone, say, Capital, give me the cash, and you'll win money. So it could be like 5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, whatever. Something like that. It was on 25 grand earlier today. And I swear to God, the amount of people that pick up the phone and go, hello? Or, who's this? And you just think, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? There's a single rule.
The type of people that are going to enter this sort of thing aren't the type of people that's expecting loads of calls every day. So it's not like they're going to be embarrassed to be like, Capital, give me the cash, to people who aren't Capital. That's probably the only person that's calling them that day.
Yeah.
So,
but it's like, the thing is, you're playing a game, there's a single rule to it, and you can't get it! And it's for money! It's for a lot of money! Like, I remember doing it. I remember doing it once because I was, like, posting leaflets, and I was like, you know what, just, wouldn't it be great if I won this? Because I thought my look's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what a story it'd be if I, like, won this. And, so, I did it, and, like, I was just like, right, if my phone rings from anybody, even if it comes up saying mum, I'm still going to say, Capital, give me the cash.
That's the point I've not even thought of. We have caller ID now. So, like, surely if it's someone you knew that needed you, you'd see it's their name.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It'd either say unknown number or, like, it'd just come up with, you know, the phone number on your phone. If it wasn't... That makes it even worse.
I know. So it's like coming up as like an unknown number, or maybe even the number that you previously messaged to do that. I don't think it'd be that. I think that's like a different automated thing. But if it comes up as like unknown caller ID or something, surely you should think to yourself, hold on a minute, wait a second, hold the phone. I've just done a game where they might ring me, and I need to say the phrase, Capital, give me the cash. What am I gonna do? Hello? Hello? Who's it? Honestly, I was listening.
Every time you do that, every time you go, hello?
Because that's how they sound. And that's the kind of people, these goofy ass fucking buck teeth, eyes looking in different directions, stupid motherfuckers. I hate them. I hate them so much. But yeah,
so true. Me too. Me too, Jim.
That's pretty much it. But like, it baffles me. And I was in the car earlier today, and I was with this guy who like gives me a ride into work, and we'd talked about it before. Like, it had been on the radio before, and I said to him honestly, they're the bane of my existence. I hate them. And it was like saying, yeah, I know, it's just fucking stupid. And we're in the car, like, coming back earlier today, and I, like, heard it out of, like, you know, just heard it in the background. Like, I wasn't even thinking about it, but I could hear it in the background. And I heard, like, a phone noise, not a noise, phone noise. I heard a phone noise, and I heard a woman go, hello, like that, and immediately I like my entire body tensed up, and I like made a strangling motion at the fucking radio, and I went, oh! And Harrison, who I like going to work with, he went, whoa, what's up?
You mean you heard it on the radio? I thought
I heard it on the radio.
Like... Oh, I see.
No, I heard it on the I heard it on the radio. So they'd obviously called her and she'd gone hello, and I fucking went
oh god, yeah,
and goes, whoa, what's up? And I went, she didn't fucking say it.
Do you know what I find interesting about stuff like that as well, though? I find it interesting with game shows as well, you know, like The Chase and Pointless. The Chase is the worst one for it, I think.
I kind of like The Chase a bit, I'm going to be honest.
The game show itself, like, I don't mind game shows. I like them more and more, like, the older I get. But the thing I don't like, well, it's not necessarily that I don't like, but it's something I find strange about them, is because of YouTube, and maybe especially Mr. Beast, the amounts of money they give away on those shows feels like nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they give away, like, $2,000 to 4 people, as if that's a massive, like, prize. And like, I'm just thinking I get paid not much less than that a month anyway, and I'm poor. So it's just so little relatively for a game show now. There's only like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that's any decent with that, but like they have to answer a lot for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, essentially. So like to get a decent amount of money. I don't know. It was just a thought I had that was it's kind of weird, isn't it? That's the case now. Is there any game shows that actually have like kind of a semi-reasonable like prize, do you think?
As well, I mean, do you want to be a millionaire? It's like only if you like get high up into it.
Yeah, exactly. You can get like 36 grand if you're fairly smart on that.
Yeah. Deal or No Deal you can get like a fair bit from that if you're lucky.
250k is the most you can get from that, that's a lot, don't get me wrong, that can buy you a house, but like it doesn't happen, does it? They tend to get maybe about 10k from that. I wonder if it's because, right, they might shoot a lot of episodes on these shows. Like, think about, do you know what the worst one is? Fucking Eggheads. Eggheads sucks. It gets to 10k if they're lucky, and then they have to split it between 5 people. It's like it's not a good one, that. But
I think Eggheads though is just that for them. It genuinely isn't about the money for them. It's them going, "Ha, I'm fucking smarter than you."
What they seriously like give a shit about going on Eggheads.
Yeah.
There's people that sad. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Well, those are the people that I hate,
yeah.
then, Judd. Those are the ones that I hate. It's like, how much of a show-off do you have to be to the point where you don't even need to get paid for it? You're just going like, I beat the Eggheads.
Yeah, of course there's people like that, yeah.
Oh my god, they suck. They're the true
evils. People like that exist.
Do you know what we should make? Do you know what would be a great episode I've just thought of? We should do a tier list of insufferable people like that.
Yeah.
We should rate them from like S tier level insufferable. To
mildly insufferable. Yeah.
That's a good idea. We should I'm gonna put that down as a podcast idea. You know, I was thinking of stuff that I don't like that other people do.
I've got one for you.
Hit me with it.
That I know we both hate. I already know that you're going to say I hate them.
Go on then.
Children.
Yeah, honestly, kids are fucking awful, and I'm telling you, this isn't even a joke. Don't have kids. Just stop.
We've done. We as a species don't need to progress any further. Stop. Just stop.
No, I don't mean forever. Like, I don't mean forever. Don't have kids either.
I do. Just get rid of us all.
Do you know what? For about 5 to 10 years, we should have, on average, one child as per couple as a species. This is my theory. Yeah. There's probably an insane amount of reasons why this is terrible, but I'm thinking 5 to 10 years, one child on average per couple, right? So that the population drops by a couple billion, yeah? And then, after then, we free it up and make it so that we can have 2.3-ish, on average, kids per couple. Now, you might be thinking...
Now you get... 0.3 if a child, just cut some limbs off.
just cut them off. No, as in, the vast majority of people would have 2 kids, and then some might have 3. Or some might have 1, and then some might have 4. It'd average out at 2.3 to 2.5, maybe. Because some people, die, Some people die quite
That's
young,
a thing that listen, I've only been on this earth for 22 years, but I've been noticing a lot of that happening.
Yeah, that does happen on the odd occasion. So it means that it'd average out, it might end up being that every year just basically the population just vibrates around a similar number. So we don't go up or down. I'm thinking we settle around 6 billion. That's not a small number. We're already on 8 to 9 billion right now. And that's fucking awful. There's way too many people on the planet. I've been saying it all the time. But kids, stop having them. Also, the other thing is, why would you want to have them? Why would you want your own kids right now? I can't see anyone other than saying if someone can genuinely tweet at Tweets Badly and let me know why, a genuinely good reason to have children right now. Because the only reason I can see people would actually want to is because of biological urges. See, the thing is, I said a good reason, and biological urges is fuck you for a reason, because, we've also got a biological urge to rape, and we shouldn't be doing that either. So, and I know, and people will be like, oh, that's not the same thing. I know, I'm using an extreme example for effect.
He's using ghoulish overtones to display a point.
Yes, exactly.
Ghoulish overtones!
Nice reference. No one's going to get that.
No. I'm surprised you got it.
Yeah, I scraped that one together. but you know what I mean? We fight our urges all the time. I could kind of do with a piss right now, but I'm going to wait. You know what I'm saying? Just don't. I'm not planning on it. If you want a kid, adopt some kids. If you're desperate to look after something, adopt a child or an animal from a shelter. Don't get an animal new either, by the way. Don't ever get a dog or a cat from anything other than a rescue shelter. That's another problem. Because those are overpopulated too. The more humans that are populated, the more of those we get, and they're awful as well. And here's the other thing. You know what a kid is? It's a tiny version of you that screams. If that was in a horror movie, everyone would be like, oh my god, did you see that scene where there was that tiny version of that woman and she screamed? Everyone would be like, oh my god, yeah, that was horrific. And we voluntarily have those things.
Yeah. As people know, I like to smoke a bit of the grass, a bit of the devil's lettuce. Yeah. Yes. And I'd sometimes I like to relax after work. So, I'll be like, okay, I'm laying down in my bed. I'm going to have a little, just lay down, watch some videos of my food and phone.
Watch some videos of my food.
I'm just that stoned. I'm just that stoned.
And then you play the video and you watch it.
Yeah, and I think broccoli's fucking sick, man. I'll watch videos on my phone, whatever. I just relax after a hard day. And we live next to this family, and their little girl just will not stop fucking scream crying. And it is proper scream crying. And it's over anything. Literally anything. She was doing it earlier. She was just going Like of a
I'm
nothing.
so glad that Discord cut that out. I'm so glad that it thought, no, that's too loud.
I didn't even do it that loud, but whatever.
Yeah, well, speaking of like small, I think girls next door. I don't know if it is a girl that's been doing this.
Speaking of little girls next door, he said.
I had some news earlier that was quite serious news. It wasn't.
Oh Jesus!
It wasn't bad news. Although there has been a lot of bad news lately. It wasn't bad news. It was potentially quite good news, but it was quite serious and needed like some like serious chat about.
Yeah.
So I was on the phone to my girlfriend about it, and and apparently someone next door has got a tuba, and
oh Jesus, no.
Trying to have a serious conversation and they're obviously new at it, and bless them. I don't know who's doing it, but good on them. Keep playing that tuba, because
stop
it's been making me laugh. So long as they don't play it like early in the morning or as I'm trying to sleep, I'm completely fine with it.
I'm really surprised at that. I'm really surprised that you're like, yes.
Well, it's making everything hilarious, though. We were trying to have this serious conversation, and all I could hear was.
Do you not think that'll get like annoying over time? Like,
oh yeah, but for now I'm gonna enjoy it.
Okay, that's fine then.
It was really funny, and I was about to call you. I was about to call you for this podcast. Literally about to press the button, and as soon as I just start hearing.
I thought you were gonna say I was gonna call you and make you listen to the guy playing the tuba, and all I could think of was that scene in Back to the Future where it's like, "Hey, you know you've been looking for that new sound."
Yeah, no, I'm surprised. It was like right at the start of the podcast, but I'm surprised I don't think they carried on when they just heard me start talking. So
yeah.
Rip to funny tuba music, because that could have been fun, but yeah. We got anything else to talk about? We've done no. Just as spoilers, Judd. I've been playing Minecraft this whole time, and I think I've been lagging out the stream, so I'm going to stop doing that soon.
I'm not going to lie to you. I've been playing Team Fortress 2 the whole time.
Yeah, your computer doesn't have to stream and record and host Discord and do all of that stuff at the same time, as well as play Minecraft on full settings, essentially. So another one, I've got a couple other. These are essentially pet peeves that like other people don't. That other people like. I mean, I guess they're pet peeves, but it's kind of a little bit more specific than that. In that it's like stuff that people like actively like as well. And another one for me, hot tubs. Hot tubs suck, and I think I've told you about them a lot.
I'll defend hot tubs if it's for like sexy reasons, but they have to be like freshly cleaned. Pretty much.
Judd, do you want to defend hot tubs?
No, I don't, because I agree with you.
Okay, good. Because if that was the case, we could have started one of our segments. But
oh right, no. I think it could be like good for like almost like a romantic thing.
It's not. It's not good for that at all. And here's why: they're disgusting. they're actually just disgusting. Like they're really gross. If you actually look into the hygiene of hot tubs in any way, they're really bad. Even if you clean them regularly, they're really bad hygiene wise. And here's the thing, right? People who get a hot tub, they tend to like think, oh, it's gonna be great in the summer, we can go and sit out in it, but they don't. Like, yeah, it might get used in the summer, but no one actually ends up going in the hot tub a lot. The only time hot tubs seem fun and interesting is when they're not yours, is when you don't have one. There's such a paradox, because as soon as you buy one, it's like, I can't be bothered. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like that'd be the same with a bar. You know, if you built a bar in your house, right, or in at the bottom of your garden or something.
It's not. That's not true. That's not true.
I could definitely see how a bar could be different. Not gonna lie, but hot tubs, you don't go in them. And the other thing is, they are loud. They're loud.
Yeah,
the one we've got is underneath my bedroom window, and it sucks. It's been getting louder and louder the older and less efficient it's getting as well. And and it's not like they're constantly sat there just going. They're not just sat there humming. I could deal with that because it's just a constant noise. They stop and boot back up. So they'll stop making a noise while the water's at a certain temperature, and when they detect it goes below a certain temperature, it goes, and then it goes, and then after a little bit, and it's shut up. So there's that. Then there's also, it's expensive to buy them. For a start, just in the first place, they're really expensive. So the one my family has was £2,500. That's a lot of money for my family as well. And when we got it, it was half price because we'd already rented it. So they sold it to us for half price because we were already there. And I think they were struggling as a business at the start of lockdown. So they sold, so it was half. So it should have been £5,000, and this isn't a big fancy hot tub. This is like, it's not one of those inflatable ones. It's like a proper hot tub, but it's not big. It just does your jets, and it's got a few lights. So, and there's not many jets either. So it's like I would say it's a medium to low end hot tub. And it should have been £5,000. You could buy a car for that. A car's way better. And then not only that. The electricity and water bills, I've not seen them specifically, but from what my parents have kind of told me, they are so high for a hot tub. It's just crap. It sucks. And they're big. They're big as well. And so they take up a lot of space. And luckily we've got a decent amount of outdoor space, but like it's just there. It's just taken up there. So there's that. And that is if you can get in the hot tub for free. Because our dad wanted a hot tub. And do you remember him telling us what he would have had to do to get a hot tub? He would have had to hire a crane. He would have had to hire a crane to get it put where he wanted. And then he'd have had to get... And we're lucky as well that we've got a point that's specifically good for hot tubs. It's got an outdoor waterproof socket and like a main water line back there. If we didn't have that, we'd have had to have that all built in as well. My dad, I swear to God, when Dad was looking at it, he were looking at about, for like quite a fancy one, he were looking at like 25 grand, which is a deposit on a house. It's just like anyone. And the thing is, and also you have to clean them all the time. They take every single day. It's like just adding a random chore to your list, whether you want to go in it or not. You have to do it all the time. This is great. It's filling up so much of the podcast time we ranted about. and also, bear in mind, you have to subscribe to a service that delivers the chemicals you need to clean it, and that sort of cleaning is just the everyday cleaning. If you want to keep on top of it properly, you're supposed to empty it once every 1 or 2 weeks and refill it from scratch, so that's even more water use. You have to change the filters, that costs more as well. It sucks. They're bad. Don't have kids. Don't have new pets. Don't adopt your kids. Adopt your animals.
Buy gold.
Rent your hot tubs. Don't buy them. Or just go to Centre Parks. That's the only time hot tubs are any good. You don't have to do any of that shit. You just get in it if you fancy it. There you go. I think this is a great advice podcast of adopt. I nearly said rent your kids.
Rent your kids.
Adopt kids.
Rent a kid.
If you want kids, adopt them. If you want animals, get them from a rescue centre. If you want a hot tub, go to Centre Parks or something. I don't know. Just go on holiday for one. Don't buy one. They suck. And don't even rent one. It's just a hassle. Maybe rent one if you want to. But don't get tempted to buy one. They suck. Here's another small one, Judd, that is quite niche. If you've got outside furniture, okay, and you can, have you got outside furniture where you live?
We have, yeah.
What kind is it? Is it like, so our dads, they've got like kind of some sofa-looking ones, and then they've got like an outdoor dining table. What is it like? Either of those?
It's like plastic stuff.
Right. So it's like just like some seats.
It's like a chair, and the chairs and tables, but they're like made out of plastic.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah.
So a lot of the time, depending what you've got, you have to people get cushions to go with these things. Now I can't stand the cushions that go on these things. Like, they're such a pain in the arse. They take up so much space because you've got like 4 chairs and you have to have these cushions fold away on them and everything like that. And you can't leave them on the chairs because it rains and then the cushions get all mouldy and like shitty and you don't want to sit on those. And they're sort of gross. They get like crap growing inside of them. So you have to pack them away somewhere that's waterproof for a start. They take up loads of room. Then every time you want to go out and sit on them, people get these fucking cushions out. Let's all get the cushions out. Let's take 10, 15 minutes to sort all that bollocks out. And then you sit on them, and it's basically just as comfy anyway. Like, what's the point? Especially if, you know... I know not every chair's like this, but it's quite popular nowadays to have that kind of plastic weave type of chair.
That's what we've got.
You know the type? We've got that as well.
Like a mesh, yeah.
And that has got like a bit of give in it. So it's kind of like a bit cushioned anyway. You know, a bit like how a hammock works?
Yeah.
It's like a more tight version of that. So you don't even need the cushions. So that one's quite a simple one. Fucking outdoor furniture where people get cushions for it. If I ever got some outdoor furniture that came with cushions, I'm getting rid of them. I don't want the cushions. More to that point, oh god, I could keep chaining these rants, Judd. I hate so many things. I thought
this. I knew this would fill it up, so I just thought I'd say the word hate and I'd just let the ball roll. To be honest,
another one, Judd. Just cushions in general. I don't like them. I don't really like cushions. Like when I go to bed, right? I have one cushion for my head.
I have two.
Too much. It bends your neck at an awkward angle. Don't want it. I have one cushion for my head. And here's the other thing, right? If I lay sideways and I have one cushion, my neck bends too far into the mattress. So you could say, well, you need another cushion to prop it up a bit. Yeah? So then it's like the right angle. You know, it's right angle with your body. But no, I don't. Because where then am I going to put my arm? My arm has to go underneath the cushion. And then it makes it the perfect height.
I ask thee, where do I put my arm?
So there you go. That's how many cushions you're supposed to have on your bed. Now, I don't mind if other people's got preferences for that. But what I don't like is cushions on a sofa. You know when they put extra cushions on a sofa? Everyone does it. Every house has it. Like, you've got your sofa cushions that are part of the sofa. But then people put like an extra, like normally like one on each side and then one in the middle. If you want to sit, that cushion's just like a lump that just like pushes on you. Like there's already cushions on the sofa. You don't need a cushion. There's already ones there. That one that extra you put on's just a lump to make it worse. Why would you do that? Can you defend that? Can you defend cushions on a sofa?
I can't. Not really, to be honest.
If you had
I'm
a choice,
I'm more of a blanket on a sofa guy, to be honest.
I'm all right with a blanket. If you've got a pet, maybe that it's easy to wash stuff, but blankets slide off and stuff, so then it's kind of a bit pointless, you know? And it's already made of decent, should already be made of a material that you like anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I kind of get it in case you want a blanket to be underneath on the sofa, but then you could just put it next to the sofa. I don't know, blankets are still up in the air.
It's just for when it's a bit colder and you want to snuggle up. Maybe you've got a lover and you want to snuggle up while watching a movie.
I
Maybe
would
it's Christmas.
keep a blanket beside the sofa. I think that's a more optimal position. You're welcome, folks. So the advice so far is, don't buy a hot tub. Either go to Centre Parks or rent one. Rent your kids. I mean, adopt kids. If you if you're desperate to have kids, adopt them. If you're desperate to have a pet, get them from a rescue shelter. Don't put extra cushions on your sofa, and store your sofa blanket next to the sofa.
Yes.
Good shit. Do you know what I do like though?
I think that's it. I think we saved the world.
We did it. That's basically all you need. Do you know what I do like that I think people overlook and wouldn't want because they want to look like they're a bit more refined? An armrest organizer.
Armrest organizer.
So like you put it on the arm of your sofa. It's got like pockets and shit, and like a little table. It makes a little table out of arm of your sofa, so you can put your drink on it. So you don't have to like reach over to a side table or something. You can put a little drink on your table on top. It's got like pockets on the side. Store your TV remotes in there. People are always losing them fucking remotes.
Nice.
Telling you, armrest organizer. People, I reckon people see that as like an old person type of thing, but no, just embrace it.
No, I'd fucking
They're
have
good.
that.
Yeah, get one. That's the last piece of advice we've got. Get yourself an armrest organizer. Oh dear. Well, we should have prepared more things for this podcast. Am I right, Judd?
Can
Can you think of any more things that other people like? It can be anything. It can be like TV shows. It can be movies. It could be like, I don't know, food. It could be anything. Anything that other people like. The general consensus is that they like that, but you don't like it. I have got one for you, but it's a bit of a. It's not an interesting one.
I just don't fucking get TikTok. I just don't get it. It's like maybe if you're doing something funny, but then it's not really TikTok. Then that could be on YouTube, and I'd still sort of like it. But they're just people go fucking crazy for TikTok, and it's like lads are on TikTok. The main reason lads. At least the lads that I associate with are on TikTok. It's because they want to look at birds, like women. That's what they're on it for.
The first thing you get presented with when you sign up for TikTok is someone promoting their OnlyFans account.
Yeah,
it's someone going. And then my stepbro said, or something like I don't know. And then it's like link in bio or something, and
yeah.
You have to get past a lot of that.
The thing is, just either go on Instagram, which was already there for that, or just watch porn.
Yeah, because the other thing is OnlyFans. We had a brief chat about OnlyFans, didn't we, when we were doing boxing one time?
Jake found my OnlyFans account and he was like, "Do you want to fucking explain yourself, sunshine?"
No, I was asking because I figured. I know next to nothing about OnlyFans, but
you just assumed because I was fat and single that I did.
Well, you're weirder than me. I'd have thought either you or one of your mates would have known a bit more about it. So I asked you kind of a bit about how it works, and we determined that really the only reason to want to subscribe to an OnlyFans is either someone is like a particular type of famous and they've just decided to think, fuck it, you're gonna have to pay if you want to see my nudes, and you're really into that famous person.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of fake nudes for that do well. I guess it's maybe not as exciting.
I just thought of one as well. Maybe it's like a particular fetish as well.
There's always free stuff for any fetish, Judd. Come on, it's the internet. The main reason that we could think, though, is if it's someone you know, like it's got to be that it's someone you know.
That was mine because I thought that the only people that I know that have signed up for OnlyFans have done it because someone they like went to school with or something, like college or something, or that they know, has started one and they want to like have a look. Because you know they've always sort of wondered, you know, if you had like a high school crush, like someone like a pretty girl that was at high school that you always liked, and then later on when you're older, you find out that she started like an OnlyFans thing, you probably go, yeah, I want to have a look, I want to have a little gander at that.
Currently, I don't think I'd bother. I was trying to after we talked about that, I was trying to think. Did I ever really have enough crush on anyone at school to the point where I would do that?
Because you'd have to pay. You'd have to pay. You still have to pay.
Yeah, because it depends on the price. If it were like 10, I'm sure because it's monthly, isn't it? But you could always cancel it, can't you? So you could pay for like a month.
Yeah,
that seems like a lot. Because I'd go, okay. And then just not look again.
Well, that's that. Yeah,
if I was sleazy and single, I might pop a quick wank. Not gonna lie, but I don't know. That'd be it. But but I'm thinking now, there's no one who I had enough crush on that I would do that for. Especially because it'd have to be someone you had a crush on that you didn't get with either.
If it were, you know, I'm gonna be completely honest. For me, I didn't even have to like have had a crush on him. Like, if I just know him, I probably would. Like, it depending on how like
what if it was a dude,
how much it costs.
Like, what if it was like a guy and think, I'll just see how big his cock is.
Yeah, well,
It's a lot of money
yeah,
though, just
yeah.
to be like, I wonder how big his knob is,
because
you know?
but it depends on how much it is. Because if it's like a £5 thing or like a £4 thing, you know, something, then
I
yeah.
thought it was normally about 10. Is it? I don't.
Well, I don't
Should we
think
have a
there's a
look? Should we
set
do some
limit on it.
research?
I don't know. Do you want to get an
What
OnlyFans
is
account?
the average? No, I weren't going to start an OnlyFans. I was just going to Google it.
thought
What
you-
the fuck?
I was
You
just
just
gonna make it- I
wanted
thought
to
you
go on OnlyFans.
Yeah, why not? I thought we've come down.
OnlyFans
We've come this far. Why not?
This information is not. Oh, the image on the image that
What?
he uses. Google's. You know when you Google something,
Yeah.
it's it comes up with like a kind of. It tries to answer your question
Yeah.
first. He's trying to do that, but it pairs it with a picture.
God,
And,
what?
let me copy this and send it to you. I've just showed it on screen for people watching the video version of the podcast.
Okay. Where are you sending it?
I'm sending it on Discord. This is the image it shows. What the fuck is that? It's this like cartoon of this woman in front of a knockoff MacBook with like her hands kind of folded in front of her like belly and her legs like spread wide with her face going
She is straight up not having a good time.
No,
She
that's
cannot be.
awful.
She looks in pain.
But the only information it says is from $5 to about 25 on average. But I'm sure there's more than that, I would have thought. Quora says the general subscription fee is about $9.99. So yeah, between £5 and £10.
Is that someone who's watching on, or is that a website, or
What? What do you mean? Oh,
you
Quora?
you said like Quora says.
Yeah, Quora's like it's a site where you can ask questions and people answer them.
All right, okay.
So I don't know.
No,
That's
maybe
a
not.
lot.
Maybe not. Then, if it was £10, then maybe I'd have to like have thought. Oh yeah, you know, I liked them.
Yeah, that's definitely too much for me to think.
Yeah.
I just want to check out this dude's dong, see if it was any good.
Yeah.
That's too much for me. I don't know. If I was like single, and I just fancied being a little bit weird, I might pay for a month if it was someone that I really thought was really like good looking and I was really into. That I knew. It'd have to be that I knew. But it still feels creepy, doesn't it? It still feels weird.
Yeah, no, it is a bit, yeah.
Do you reckon your friend
don't know, I
Sam
suppose-
subscribed to an
suppose-
OnlyFans at all?
My friend Stan.
Sam?
Did you?
Sam.
Sam.
Do you think he has?
I thought you said
Because
Stan.
if he
I
has,
was
you
like,
should call him and we should have him on to interview him about that.
I don't think Sam's ever had a subscription to an OnlyFans.
I wonder if that can be your homework then, Judd. Because I don't know anyone, really, other than you.
Yeah.
So that can be your homework. Go, find out someone who uses OnlyFans, who knows a decent amount, who like is an OnlyFans frequenter, or who does OnlyFans. Someone who
I don't think I have
OnlyFans.
any friends that like are into that.
I reckon if you ask around, one of them will admit it.
Maybe.
Come on, they're the type of guys that would.
No, they're actually not. I hang out with weirdos, but all of them have at least once said, like, I don't get OnlyFans, just watch free porn.
I don't know. They might be hiding it. Maybe it's too tame for them. I don't...
I'll have to do some inquisitorial research.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Do
peel
some
back the
finding out.
layers.
Right. Well, Judd, is it? Have you got one this week?
I have actually, yeah.
It's time for
Freak of the week.
Judd. This is Freak of the Week, where Judd regularly bumps into freaky, weird people. By the way, I feel the need to say this every time we use the term freak positively.
We love a good freak.
Love a freak. If any
We love a
freaks
good freak.
want to reach out to us and be friends, then we still probably won't because we're bad at friends. But you can be on the podcast maybe. So yeah, love a good
Just don't
freak.
say the N-word or anything.
If it's not us, if it's not the channel owner, and we hang up straight away, you can't get banned.
Oh, dude, say the N-word.
I think. I don't know. Judd, what freak have you seen this week? Tell us about him.
So, we just walked out of the train station, and we were walking again. We're on our way back to work. A lot of these happen when we're like on our way back to work, which is annoying because we want to stand and watch, but we have to be back on site. But you know, so we're on our way back to this building site, and there was this woman. And well, first of all, there was this guy who was like sat down. He was like obviously homeless and was very clearly on something. He was like sat down, you know, asking for money and stuff. And this other person, this woman, came along. And first of all, she didn't have any shoes on. She was like me that one time when I just forgot to wear shoes for the cinema. She just like didn't have anything on her feet.
Good time.
And the leggings that she were wearing, you could just see her ass through them. Like she would just
you could just like
yeah, yeah, you could just see her ass. And she went up to this first guy and started like having a go at him for like being a disgrace.
Oh.
She were having a go at him for being a disgrace, and I mean, I was like thinking, well. Yes, but also those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. So I was just watching her, and she was propagating this guy some like lip, and she was just like saying, "Oh, you disgusting! Sort you sent out, mate. Sort you sent out." Then she like went to cross the road and almost got hit by 3 cars. Like she like just got out of the way 3 times. By this point, like me and I've already said his name now, Harrison. Me and Harrison are like, you know, a bit fascinated by this woman, so we just stick around to watch her a little bit. And she like goes over to an ice cream. I assume the guy at the ice cream fan gave her like a free ice cream because that whole interaction happened super fast. But then later on, she like was just talking to some random cops for no reason, and I thought, oh, here we fucking go. This is gonna be good. But she was all right with the cops, maybe, you know, because she thought they'd arrest her. Then she went back to that first homeless guy and started berating him again. She gave him it again. This time with ice cream in her mouth. And she also randomly got in like a.
When you say ice cream in her mouth, like still in it, like fully in her mouth, like.
Yeah,
like,
she was eating it. She was eating it and berating him, saying that you're a disgrace. I thought we were being punked. She then proceeded to like. She was getting annoyed at someone like across the street. Like I think somebody was like trying to park up, and she like bumped into the car as they were like parking up. So he were like saying to her, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you fucking drunk?" And she was like saying, shut up, you don't know how I have it." And she then got the monk on and went and sat in a scissor lift that was just like on the side because this train station was having work done to it. Just like a random scissor lift. She just sat in it and ate her ice cream. She was just mental.
I don't even like. I don't know what to say.
She was just insane. We were just watching. She's like, she's fucking. We didn't know she was on something, or she was just like insane. Because I don't know.
It's always. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? There's you just see. So this is a perfect type of person that I have a habit that I do now, which I snap my fingers, and whenever I do that, my girlfriend's learned that it means I'm snapping someone away like Thanos. I've seen someone who think they could just do with not existing. Yeah. Yeah, I do that, and she sounds like prime finger snapping away.
Prime fingering material. That's it. That's
God,
right.
I don't know about that, Judd. Right,
but yeah, she was just crazy, and she was just like fucking. She had her ice cream though. She liked her ice cream.
Ice cream though.
Yeah,
nice one. I've been trying to. I've been especially ill prepared for this podcast because normally we do this segment. What's the right button? This one. No, I played the wrong one. Not that one. I played the wrong music. This music.
that's it.
This
That's right. We have a segment called This Is Why You Are Wrong, where Judd takes a stance on something and I try and convince him why he's wrong. And normally, I have to really think of a topic and prepare one that'll be good for this sort of thing beforehand, and then I surprise Judd with it so he gets whatever's off top of his head, which kind of makes it a little bit easier for me. But I've also fucked it today and just not even bothered to think of one. So I've been trying to come up with one the whole time you were saying that. So what we're going to go with, Judd, is what is the best fantasy movie? Or movie or franchise, because, like... do you want movie or franchise? Like movie franchise?
Just movie, and then we can maybe...
Just movie.
I don't know. I feel like... I don't know with that one, actually.
Do you prefer... What would you prefer? It kind of... It's going to
fantasy
kind of
movie.
go hand in hand,
Fantasy
isn't it? Okay, we can go with movie then. What do you think? What are you going with?
I want to be honest with you. I don't fucking know.
We need one, Judd.
That's a really hard question. Are we... So, give me your definition of a fantasy film.
It essentially has to be like kind of magic related. Not necessarily magic. It has to have some sort of like some significant non-realistic element or elements that aren't sci-fi. You know, so it can't be like you can't say Star Trek's a fantasy movie. That's a sci-fi movie. No.
Okay. I'm really struggling here, you know.
This could bode well for me.
I almost...
I've got one. I've got one that I'm going to go with.
You've got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, say it.
No, you have to go first, Judd. Because you have to pick, and then if you pick the one that I wanted, I've got to scramble for something else. That's part of this gamble.
I don't know. There's so many good ones, and
just pick
they
one,
all...
Judd. Just go with one. Just go with whatever first comes to mind. See, if we had movies and TV in this,
okay,
we'll do TV another time. But like, yeah.
I don't fully believe in this one, but I'm gonna say that at least definitely one of my favourite is Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, and I think there's fucking several reasons for that. It's a good story, great acting. The fucking monster designs are amazing. The costumes are all practical, which look awesome. But the main thing of it really is this fantasy and this like great sort of magical world is used as an escapism tool for the main character who's living a very shit life, and I think it plays a lot into like childhood, how the fantasy world sort of used. It is also. I think, is it like in the movie? It's like, yeah, this is definitely real. This stuff that's happening, or is it a bit like this is her?
I've not seen it.
Escape. Oh, right. I thought you saw it. I can't elaborate on that point then because I don't know the answer. But yeah, I do. I really like Pan's Labyrinth. I like pants. Pants.
I just accidentally said I like pants. I like plants. I like plums.
I like plant plums.
I like plums.
I don't. You could easily sway me with what you're gonna say.
Good,
you know, because
here's
there's so many.
Why you're wrong? Okay. Pan's Labyrinth. Does that have a franchise, Judd? Don't think it does. Not good enough for a franchise, really.
I bet you're gonna say Lord of the Rings.
I thought about it, but I feel like I'm cheating myself if I don't go with what I actually think is the real answer.
Okay,
because
I specifically didn't do Lord of the Rings because one, I thought it'd be too easy, and two, I personally was never super into Lord of the Rings. I do like it, but I was never like big into it.
Pan's Labyrinth is cool, but Judd, I know instantly what I'm going to sway you with. I think you've had a better memory of, and I know I'm kind of using the franchise to ride this, of the movie that I'm going with, than Pan's Labyrinth. The movie I'm going to go with, because I have to pick one out of the franchise, I'm going to pick my favourite one, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
I
know you've had a better memory with this already because we went to the Harry Potter studios near London, and that was so fun, wasn't it? That was great. Just that studios alone beats Pan's Labyrinth as a movie.
Arguing all the time.
Oh yeah, no, they were arguing a lot, but I found that funny. That was good. I made a good video out of it. It was great. We got. Do you remember the moment we turned that corner and saw that like quite big diorama of Hogwarts in that dark room with all the lights? We got like a bit emotional. That's how powerful these movies are, and this is the best movie of the lot.
You got a bit emotional. I was
did as well.
Cool.
I've got video proof, Judd. It's on my channel. It's on my YouTube channel. Check it out. But this is the best one of the lot. It encompasses everything. You've got your kind of like teen kind of angst, which sounds like it's meant to be a bad thing, but it's good in the right sort of used in the right way. You've got your perfect use of magic. There's literally a magic like competition. These effects are amazing. They at least rival Pan's Labyrinth, especially for like the time. Those movies, Harry Potter's older than you think. The story's great. Big climax, big murder scene. You know, everyone loves a murder scene. Like some fucking emotion. Honestly, it's the most magical, the most interesting part of the story of an amazing universe. And J.K. Rowling, just forget about her. Just forget about she exists. She doesn't have to exist anymore, you know? So that's what I'm saying, Judd. Even you have had better memories in your life due to Harry Potter compared to Pan's Labyrinth. So I think, unless I need to do any more convincing, have I got it already? Or do you want me to carry on?
I do want you to carry on, actually, because I genuinely don't like Harry Potter that much.
Well, I've never seen Pan's Labyrinth, I have to say. It's on my list of things to watch. You'd
still like Harry Potter more. Actually, you know what? You couldn't really, because it's a Spanish film, so... There's a lot of subtitle reading in it, so
is that the right one?
Yeah, it's a Spanish film because it's set in like
maybe that's why I've not watched it then.
Yeah, and
here's the thing then, Judd. Come on, a film that's like not got an option for English for a start. That's a huge downside. Like that cuts off a good amount of people from being able to enjoy it.
For you, it is. I don't mind it.
I know you don't mind for you, but come on, you want to be able to enjoy a movie with other people and talk about it. And if it cuts off some other people from enjoying it, that's always going to suck, isn't it? I would be annoyed at a movie for not having an English version, even if I didn't give a shit about other people watching it, because like, I don't know, it's just a dick thing to do, I find, and it's pretentious as well. Like, come on, most people in the world speak English, so do something about it.
Yeah, so learn our English, our language, you fucking savage.
Have you been drinking it? Wow, English.
My brain is mush from being in the sun all day.
So there's that. Then the things that I know about Pan's Labyrinth that are meant to be good is the main thing, the thing that everyone talks about is the costume. The practical effects. They're so great. They're amazing. They're the best. Probably are. But I tell you what, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire especially fucking competes. And we know it for a fact, again, because we've been to the Harry Potter studios. We've seen, you know the ballroom and all the dresses they've got and the fucking animatronics that they have in that look fucking real. Have you seen Dobby? Have you seen him? It's like, he's real. He exists. Do you not remember stroking Snape's hair? Do you not remember that?
Look at it, though.
That's good. You know what? If that character was in Pan's Labyrinth, everyone would be like, "Oh my god." Oh yeah, no, I've seen these things. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I know what you mean. But what I'm saying is, even for the essentially the only thing I ever hear about being any good with Pan's Labyrinth, because I've never heard anything decent about what actually happens in the story, which is probably the main reason for a movie existing.
It's probably people probably just don't want to ruin it for you, but you're not going to watch it anyway.
Bullshit.
So
no, I'd love to, but it's excluding me, and that's ridiculous. And also, but what I'm trying to get at is these costumes and things that everyone's boasting about that are so good. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire holds up practical effects wise. Like the detail in sets and in costumes and everything. I'm not talking just like visual detail to make things look really good, which it does. Anyway, they already do hit that. I'm talking little story quirks details, like in the books they have. There's actual things that you would see in the... And it's barely even going to be seen in the movie, you know? Stuff like that. It puts it right up there, even on its best. It goes toe for toe. The story is fits into a wider universe that's one of the biggest franchises in the world for a reason. Pan's Labyrinth is similar to Hellboy. It's got a same as an actor as well, doesn't it?
It's because it's the same. It's Guillermo del Toro, and also the costume designer who did the monsters in Pan's Labyrinth did it for that.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's great. I love it. I'll go back and watch it. But it's not reaching the same heights. You know, it's not having the same outcome.
Look at this fucking thing that was in Hellboy 2. Look at that,
Judd. What I know I've seen it all. What you're doing is you're not enjoying Pan's Labyrinth. You're enjoying a bunch of sick characters and cool costumes. The movie itself,
it's got sick.
yeah, great. Go play Warhammer again then.
That's a good idea. In fact, I think I'm going to end this podcast.
So don't. But what I'm saying is, don't. But if you're going to watch a movie, why would you bother with Pan's Labyrinth? You could just play more Warhammer. If you're going to watch a movie, fancy movie, you need yourself some Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. Come on, Judd. Come on, give it to me. Come on. It's a better movie.
Well, I'll say that myself, I would personally enjoy rewatching Pan's Labyrinth for Harry Potter the Goblet of Fire. I will say that Harry Potter has done more for the fantasy community and for the worlds that it's built than Pan's Labyrinth. So, on that side, I will concede and give you the win.
Look, I'm taking it. Oh, I get the win? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Good. Well, fucking hell. That's that. That were a struggle. You know, you made me work for that one, didn't you? Jesus. Yeah. But there we go. I think that's the podcast. Yeah, the victory music's playing, Judd. Go on. Woo! Yeah. Do some claps or something. Yeah, we did it. We did it, everyone.
I've got another shit. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I had enough. I had enough.
Oh my god, that was going to be a great
I had enough
ending.
of Freak. I had enough of Freak.
Oh, fine.
But
Let
I can say.
Let me play
No. I'll leave it.
I'll leave the jingle again. At least let me play the jingle.
No, because if you play the jingle, people will expect something from me. I'll leave it for next week.
All right,
just
we're doing
in
it
case
as a
I don't get it.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
I'll not. You better write it down.
I'll remember. I'll remember.
Okay, well, stay tuned next week for another Freak.
Yeah, it's a backup Freak.
Rhymes. Am I right?
Yeah, because it's Yep.
We've got a very anticlimactic ending now. we had all the victory music going on. Cool. Bye. Yep.